Hi students, welcome back to Chakravarthy E Classroom. Let's discuss a very good question from Time and Work chapter today. Already I have posted this one in all our Telegram and WhatsApp groups, and many students have sent me the answer also. The right answer for this one is how many days? 240. 240 is the right answer. See students, this question is very good question in the light of many competitive exams. You can expect this type of questions in many competitive exams across the country. In fact, this question has been taken from one of the exams conducted by Staff Selection Commission. Alright, now how to solve this question? See students, I told you in the previous sessions also, most of the questions in Time and Work can be solved with the LCM method. By imagining the total work as a one figure or one number. I am going to solve this question also in the same way. You can do this question if you have a sufficient amount of practice, adequate practice after learning the concept. You can do this question in not more than 1 to 1.5 minutes. That is the maximum time. How is that? First try to analyze the question. Read the question for you. What is that? A, B and C can do 1/4 of the work in 15 days. See students, while reading this sentence only, something should spark your mind. 1/4 of the work is done by A, B and C in 15 days. That means total amount of work must be done by A, B and C in this case in how many days? 1/4 in 15 days. That means total work must be done in 60 days. Okay, that may be useful for me. Keep that in the mind. While reading only, you have to do the analysis in this way. Okay, now total amount of work can be done in 60 days. I feed that in my mind. Next, after working with B and C for 24 days, A left the work. What is the meaning of that one? A, B and C, all the three started the work together. They worked for 24 days. Then A left the work. B and C continued to do the work and took 48 days to complete the remaining work. One more clue. Total 3 clues they have given. First clue is 1/4 work in 15 days. I have analyzed that one. Total amount of work in 60 days. A, B and C, all the three together started the work and they worked for 24 days. Then A and B left the work. Then B and C continued the work till the end and they took 48 days to complete the remaining work. If this is the case, they have asked one question, finding how many days A will complete the whole work alone. This one. After reading the question, students, your mind should be very sharp. You have to analyze in this way. I need to find out in how many days A alone can complete the work is the question. Immediately, one thing should spark your mind. What is that one? To find out in how many days A can alone complete the work, first of all, I should know total amount of work. Isn't it? I should know total amount of work. This figure must be divided by A's 1 day's work. A's 1 day's work. This is the officer job. You have to bring the officer inside. You have to bring the officer inside you. Yes or no? Then after that, you have to tell the officer to go inside and clerk will come out. He will do the remaining simplification part. Officer's job is analysis. Clerk job is to implement that one. Both are inside you. You have to bring out both of them. Isn't it? Now here you see, this is the officer work. To know in how many days A alone can complete the work, I should know total amount of work divided by A's 1 day's work. But students, here in the given question, out of these two things, nothing is given directly. But both can be found out indirectly. This is the first step towards solving quantitative aptitude questions. I am telling you students, you follow this type of analysis. You can do any question and every question. Your approach should be in a proper way. Okay, now my task is to find out total work. But they have not given the total amount of work in the question directly. Here I'll give you one technique. This total amount of work must be imagined. One imaginary number you have to take. That number, that must be convenient for you. You shouldn't get any fraction in the subsequent simplification. You have to imagine that number. How to imagine that? In this case, students, in this question, the imaginary number can be taken with the help of this data. What is that? Clearly they have given. I'm just taking this one out here for the space management. Now I'm here, total amount of work. After that, I'll go for A's 1 day's work. Now, how to imagine this one? I'm taking the help of the first clue. First clue, they have given that all the three, A, B and C, can do 1/4 of the work in 15 days. That means they can do the complete work in 60 days. As simple as this one. Okay. Now you have to take the total amount of work. The number you have to imagine, that number must be multiple of this 60. Why that is so? If that is multiple of this 60, we won't get any fraction in the subsequent simplification process. Now here, which number? 60 has many multiples. Which number we have to take? You take 120. 62 is 120. Now I am imagining, listen carefully from here, I am imagining that total amount of work is 120 units. Simply. Okay, I got it. Now see students here, total work is 120. All A, B and C can do the work in 60 days. That 120 units are completed in 60 days. That means A plus B plus C's individual per day work is, the collective one is 120 by 60, 2 units. Clear? Why I am going for this one? Because I need to find out A's individual capacity, A's per day work. Because I need to find out in how many days A alone can complete that. To find out A alone can complete, just now we have discussed that one, total amount of work divided by A's 1 day's work. Total amount of work already I have imagined as 120 units. Now I am answering this question, A's 1 day's work. How to find this one? A plus B plus C's 1 day's work is 2 units. From these 2 units, if you can take out B plus C's 1 day's work, you will be left out with A's 1 day's work. Now that figure should be taken as the denominator to get the final answer. Now my task is to find out what is the individual work of B and C together in 1 day. To go for this one, I can use the second clue. The second clue I can use. What is this one? A, B, C, all the 3 started the work together and A left after 24 days. And the remaining work has been done by B and C in 48 days. Now you see students, A, B and C together work for 24 days. That means how much work has been completed there? A, B and C's capacity is 2 units per day. Into they work for 24 days. They have completed 48 units of work. Now the remaining work, because my task is this one, to find out B plus C's 1 day's work. Alright, now the remaining work is, I'll write here 120 minus 48. What is 120 minus 48? Instead of doing 48 for simplification purpose, 120 minus 50 you do. You add 2 there. After that you can again add that one. Okay, so 120 minus 50, that is 70. But I have to take out only 48. So you need to add 2 there, 72. Okay, what is this 72? 72 is the work left out after A left the work. This left out work of 72 units has been done by B and C together in 48 days. Now with this clue I can find out B plus C's 1 day's work. How is that? Very simple. In 48 days, not this 48 actually, not 48, this is different one, that 48 days. So in 48 days, B and C can complete 72 units of work. Alright, 48 days they can do 72 units of work. In 1 day, they can do how much work? Simple. In 1 day they can do how much work? That should be simply, I am writing here 72 divided by 48. Okay, there is 12 fours, 12 6, 3 2 3s, 2 2s. That is 3 by 2. what I mean by this 3 by 2 students here? 3 by 2 of the work is done by B and C together in one day. I am taking that work here 3 by 2. 3 by 2, I am just converting that one into decimals. 3 by 2 is 1.5. Now A plus B plus C's collective work per day is 1.5 is equal to 2 units. Now simply A's individual capacity per day is 0.5. Yes sir. How simply I have done this one. It took this much time for me to explain, but if you do this one individually, it won't be taking not more than 1 minute, isn't it? Now students, clearly my final step comes here. Total amount of work is 120 and A's per day work is 0.5 units. In how many days A can do this 120 units of work? That should be 120 divided by 0.5. Total amount of work divided by A's per day's work. You will get how many days A can do that one alone. Okay. Now you just take out this point, keep 0 here. This is 5 2's 10, then 5 4's 20, 240. So my answer is 240 days. Isn't it simple for you? I just quickly give you the recap this one. In a nutshell, I'll tell you. After reading the question, directly go to the question part. So that is, in how many days A alone can complete this one. To know how many days, in how many days A can complete the work, I must know the total amount of work. Total amount of work divided by A's 1 day's work will give me the answer. Total amount is not given, but with the help of first clue, I can find out in how many days they can do that one. I need to imagine the number which is multiple of the days. 60 days. I am taking the next multiple of 60, that is 120. 120 has total amount of work. That means A, B and C together can do 2 units per day. Up to this extent you can do in your mind only. No need to write anything on the paper. Then after that they have given that A, B and C work for 24 days. That means 48 units of work is completed. Now the remaining work is 120 minus 48, that is 72. 72 units of work has been completed by B and C. Now easily I can find out B and C's 1 day's work. B and C's 1 day's work is 72 divided by 48, that is 1.5. Once I found out B and C's work, I am just deducting that one from ABC's 1 day's work. I got A's 1 day's work as 0.5 units. Now total is 120. A's 1 day's work I know. Easily I can find out the number of days that must be taken for, or that must take for A to complete the work alone. The answer is 240. I hope this is clear for all of you. Always you have to follow this type of method, students. I'm telling you now, I told you now, you can find this question on internet in many websites they have given. But as far as I know, nobody has explained with this type of methods. They went with some formulae. Alright, don't go with the formula. I'm not letting anybody down. They have explained in their own way. That's not wrong. That's also right. But to save the time in the examination, you have to go in this way. Thank you very much, students. I'll meet you in the next session. But before concluding this one, I request all of you to subscribe our channel. That's very, very important because we have less number of subscribers. Only 72,000 change are there. If it is more than 1 lakh, that would be a little satisfactory for me also, a motivational factor. You please share the video with all your circles so that our subscription base will be increased and at the same time many other students may also be benefited. Thank you very much.